Hey, so today we're gonna react to two psychopath horror stories that are animated. So let's get into it.
It's not like courage.
One rainy day when I was driving home, I came across this man who was walking. As I'm approaching him, I debate with myself if I should give this man a ride or not. It can be dangerous because you never know.
I'm sorry, but what's up with people? Like, he didn't even ask for a ride, right?
Yeah.
He just saw someone walking. He's like,
He's trying to be a nice person.
What the fuck? It's fucked up.
But in the end, I decided to stop and ask him if he needed a ride. When I stopped, I looked at him and my first thought is, poor man, soaking wet, dirty clothes. So I asked him, "Can I give you a ride, sir?" Which he replies, "A ride downtown would be appreciated." I told him of course, and he got inside. When he entered the car, he didn't say a word. I tried making small talk, but he wasn't answering. He just sat there looking into the void. After a few minutes, I asked him if he wanted to eat something. It was late in the night, but I could pass my house and make something for this man. I'd established at this point that this man wasn't dangerous at all.
What?
He looked skinny and frail.
Are you stupid, bro? Go to McDonald's or something.
I haven't eaten in a few days. It didn't surprise me. I told him I would prepare something to eat. Then I would arrange a place for him to sleep.
Why would you bring him home?
Yeah, bro, there's
Like, you show him it's just inside. Inside.
Bro, he's stupid, bro. Like, yo, I just picked up a random stranger. Oh, you didn't hear me in the first 10 minutes? Yo, bro, wanna come over, bro?
What?
Sleepover?
I am shook.
Nah, bro, that's
stupid.
Down and I would prepare something for us to eat. He sat down and I went into the fridge and I saw what I could do for the both of us. I was actually hungry too. But when I looked back to check the guy again,
he wasn't there.
He was already gone.
No.
I couldn't find him anywhere. I had checked everywhere except in my basement. Usually my basement door is always locked, but for some reason this time it wasn't.
No, for some reason.
So I made my way down the stairs and I see him standing in the middle of my floor, looking at me at the bottom of the stairs. I approached him slowly.
Are you stupid, bro? Close the fucking
Couldn't see his eyes, but he held an aggressive posture facing me. He then says, "It was you." "I don't understand," I said. At that moment, he shows me a necklace and says, "This was my wife, and I found it here. It took me a long time, but I finally caught you." He draws out a knife from his pocket and he tries to slash my neck. He missed by inches but made me fall back. Once on the ground, I took my concealed handgun and I shot him twice in the chest. He fell to the ground. I got up and I shot him one more time just to make sure.
Yo, America, bro.
Yo, what the fuck? Just to make sure, he's really dead. Good.
Yo, 2 times is not enough, bro.
This shit just shook me again.
And then I tell myself, I need to be more careful.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a psychopath.
The thing is, I've done some messed up things in my past, and this guy pretty much caught me. I guess I robbed his wife or something, but I couldn't let that situation unfold.
Oh, is this kind of shit?
I'm not going back to jail.
I graduated from a Sam Houston State University in Texas back in the early 2000s. Like most college students, I definitely encountered a handful of weird and quirky individuals, but none I'd remember like Bart. Bart wasn't his real name, it was Thomas. But since he had the middle name of Bartlett, he went by Bart because it suited him better. And boy did it ever. He had a mischievous streak that was a mile wide and often verged on criminal. At best, he was the life and soul of the party. At worst, he seemed downright dangerous. Sometimes he got it into his head that certain people were just out to get him, and he always talked about his parents like they were the two evil tyrants in his life, when it was common knowledge that they spoiled him rotten with cars, gifts, and a free ride through college. One time, when this one kid made him mad, Bart broke into the guy's dorm and tried to steal his computer.
Excuse me?
I think he only dodged getting kicked out of school after he convinced everyone, including the victim, that it was just kind of a prank gone wrong. But we all knew the truth. He really had wanted to hurt that kid. I just didn't think he had an actual violent bone in his body. But as it turned out, he actually kind of did. I remember he asked me out of the blue one time, "How much money would it take for you to kill someone?" We were always asking each other dumb questions like that. Like, who'd win between a bear and a lion? Weird would-you-rather questions that were usually pretty not safe for work. So as much as I didn't take the question seriously, I still gave a moment's worth of thought. I remember telling him I wasn't sure. That'd have to be at least $500,000. But then he looks all annoyed and asks, "You wouldn't kill someone for 10 grand?" I responded, "God no, dude. It'd have to be like retirement money." He comes back with 20 grand? I just laughed the question off at that point. But then he just ups it by 10 grand at a time until I gave him a definite no. A few moments of silence go by while he thinks, then he says, 50. I'd give you 50. I'm literally about to ask him why he's obsessing when someone else appeared and called out to us, and Bart dropped the issue. I remember thinking it was a weird question to begin with, but the way he asked it was even weirder. Almost like he was really thinking about trying to hire a hitman or something. But we always talked about dumb stuff like that, so I guess I just forgot about it after a while. Sometime later, Bart drops out of college for some reason. Probably something to do with the fact that he barely did any of the work, and that was pretty much the last we saw of him. I mean, we keep in touch every so often, planning to do stuff but never actually doing it. Then this one time, Bart is texting my roommate, who in turn tells me that Bart was saying he was going to come visit.
This and rice? Tokyo Treat is a monthly subscription box full of exclusive Japanese candies and snacks, such as Japanese...
Only he was serious this time. He said he was about to get his hands on some trust fund of his parents that he had kept safe for him, and how he'd pay for us all to go down to Mexico for spring break the following year. I'm like, cool. I didn't believe he'd actually come visit, but I figured maybe a cash injection might help him get his butt into gear. Bart never did come to visit, though, and we found out why when my roommate called me into his bedroom to show me something on his computer. Bart's entire family had been killed, and he'd been shot in the arm in what seemed like a home invasion gone wrong. We tried calling him a bunch, but he didn't answer his phone, so we figured he either wasn't out of the hospital yet, or he just wasn't in the mood to talk anyway, which I found perfectly understandable at the time. I can't even imagine how devastated I'd be if something like that happened to my family. Then, over the course of a few months, the truth came out. It started when Bart was arrested. We were just confused at first, but the only thing we could think of was that the cops had somehow found drugs or something else illegal in Bart's possession while searching his home. I mean, we knew he'd been shot in the arm. We'd seen it on the news, and they had a suspect in custody who'd fired all 10 shots or whatever. So why arrest Bart? Long story short, they arrested Bart because the cops found out he actually knew the home invader. Then once they checked his phone, they found text messages from the same guy, where Bart was arranging for the guy to kill his own family. They even talked about how the guy would need to shoot Bart to make it look authentic, and how the shooter had to make sure his entire family was dead. Otherwise, he wouldn't get paid out of the inheritance. I knew Bart was crazy, and I knew he could be a little impulsive sometimes, but dear God, to have your own parents murdered in such a horrifyingly elaborate way, I had no idea he was evil too.
No.
And that's what freaks me out about it. You'd never have guessed that Bart was capable of something like that. At least I didn't want to believe he was. I heard one of his parents actually survived and begged the state not to put him on death row. They succeeded too. So I guess that's some small silver lining from a horrifying little episode in my life.
Bro, can you imagine you surviving, your son fucking tried to kill you?
Yeah, and I mean, I guess I would try and save him too, maybe. I don't know, like what?
Bro, that's fucked up.
It is.
What the fuck did the parents do? Oh no, they gave me a brand new car and sent me to college. What a horrible life.
Because he wanted the money for himself. himself.
But that's so stupid though, bro.
It is.
Damn.
It is.
Anyway, tell us in the comments what you thought about the two stories.
I mean, the second one was like, what the fuck?
The second one was believable. The first one,
No, the
like,
first one, like, actually, like, oh, he's
Yeah.
a psychopath.
yeah, that looked like a scene from a video game, but oh, real stories.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's real. I don't think
No, that's just fake.
Yeah, no, they're both fake.
Anyway, leave in the comments what you thought about them. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.